Hey everybody, my name is James McLeod, and today we're going to be talking about connecting 101 and just some simple tips and strategies that I've used personally that have really helped me in connecting. Now, you may be watching this and be brand new to Isagenix and wondering, what do I say? How do I say it? How do I be a normal person in network marketing? Or maybe you've been doing this for several months or maybe in a couple of years. And these are great reminders, I believe, because I've been doing this for 6 years, to always kind of keep in the forefront of your mind. Because you guys, I believe that connecting should be simple. Connecting should be easy. Connecting should be fun. So we're going to cover 10 today, and hopefully you can find some value in them. All right. So talking about connecting, the first thing that I think is super powerful about connecting, and probably your greatest tool, is going to be this word: empathy. Now, the reason why I think it's such a powerful tool and such a powerful connecting device is because, when I'm having a hard day, and I'll just, encourage you to think of when you're having a hard time, when you've had a hard time and you're frustrated or you're upset or something like that. What's the best thing, and what's the thing that feels the best? When somebody sits and relates to you, right? So if you go and you share with somebody, hey man, today's just kind of been a bummer of a day, and they shoot back to you, oh, hey man, you don't need to be upset. Don't be upset. Don't be like that. Be happy. That doesn't really feel good, right? It doesn't really feel like you've been heard. It doesn't really feel like your feelings are taken into account. But I find that I appreciate so much when somebody goes, man, I'm sorry you're having a bummer day. Tell me a little bit more about that. So when it comes to connecting, I love asking questions with people to maybe lead them in a direction, maybe where I'm finding some things about their life that they're not super happy about, whether it's their energy. If they make a comment, man, I just woke up feeling so tired this morning, chugged a pot of coffee, and it still wasn't enough. Instead of being like, oh, you need a knee shot, let me give you that, and going straight for the kill, I have found it to be way more impactful to utilize empathy and being like, man, I can totally relate to having low energy. Tell me a little bit more about that. What does that look like for you? Do you have low energy throughout the whole day, or is it just kind of sporadic and kind of what I call stroking a little bit? Because people like to talk about their pain and they like to relate to other people with their pain. So empathy is going to be something that's going to allow you to build incredible rapport with people instantly, and it allow them to feel a little bit more affectionate to you straight out of the gate, because you're somebody who really genuinely cares about maybe the problem or circumstance that they're having in their life. Now, I don't let them just go all the way down this rabbit hole and it turn into a 30-minute session of them just complaining about their life. We'll get to that. But don't be so quick to offer a solution when it comes to inserting Isagenix that they don't feel heard or seen. Empathy is such a powerful thing. So number one is empathy. The second thing that is really powerful when it comes to connecting, and at least with connecting on Freedom Living Team, is utilizing the scripts and the tools. Now, I hope by this point in you watching this video that you have been tuned into freedomlivingteamtraining.com. If you have not been tuned into that yet, I would highly recommend getting on there after this video and looking at it. Now, what freedomlivingteamtraining.com is it's just a series of steps largely comprised of scripts that are going to help you go through your conversations. Now, a lot of people look at scripts and they go, I don't want to sound like a robot, so I just don't want to use scripts. I'll figure out what works best for me. Listen, we totally get that. Audrey and I have distilled the information that we've learned over the past, thousands of conversations, to find out what's been most successful in our conversations. But the scripts are not meant to sound scripted, okay? So it's to your benefit to practice them, to get familiar with them and see how they can fit into the conversations that you're having. But if you never use them, then they're not going to do you any good. And what we've found is that people who plug into what we have at freedomlivingteamtraining.com and the scripts specifically, that their conversations go so much smoother and their enrollments come so much quicker. Okay, so number two about connecting is really utilizing the scripts. You guys, the good thing about this is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to figure out what works. We've figured it out. You just get to learn it and apply it to your own community. Okay, so the third thing about connecting: stop being afraid of sales. Now, I get this all the time. oh, I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to, I don't want to push people. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Listen. You are not being a pushy salesperson unless you are being a pushy salesperson. You otherwise are just being somebody who genuinely cares and who is sharing something that has impacted your life. Now we go to this extreme of, highlighting these people that have just, they make everybody in just humanity look with the way that they go about their sales process, but that's not you. So don't apologize for sharing this gift with other people, and don't be afraid to go out and actively share and be maybe associated as some type of salesperson. Let me just give you some honest observations that I have realized in humanity. In every single conversation you have, and if you haven't seen this so far, I hope you will after this remark, but in every single conversation that you have or that is going on around, is somebody is selling and somebody is buying. Always. If I go to the gym and I scan my key card and the lady behind the desk is going, oh, hey, James, how's your Monday morning going? And I said, man, Mondays are terrible. I can't stand Mondays. I am selling her on the fact that Mondays are awful. Now, she has a choice to either buy that or reject it. But in every conversation, somebody is selling an idea, a way of thinking, you name it. This is no different. Okay, so stop being afraid of sales. Just release that. That's not who you are. We're going to teach you how to be authentic, transparent, real, just an overall good human being that is able to share this amazing gift of Isogenics with other people. Okay, so that's number 3. Got that? Stop being afraid of sales. Last thing, well, not last thing, but I think the most important thing, should be the last thing, is have fun. You guys, connecting should be so much fun. If you are not having fun meeting other people or having conversations with them or just being genuinely curious about their life, this may not be the business for you. I love going out and meeting people. I love going out and starting new conversations and going up to people and seeing what their life is about and what makes them the way that they are. So have fun with this. Sharing this gift and getting to share your experience, I believe, should be a blast. And sometimes we can get in our head and we can start to get frustrated, which is part of the reason why I want to make this video, so that you don't feel frustrated when you're going out and just having fun experiencing life with other people, okay? So number 4 is to have fun. Number 5 is 7 through 12. It's going to take 7 to 12 touches for you to get an enrollment. What do I mean by that? When it comes to sales and buying habits and whatnot, people generally, it takes them about 7 to 12 interactions with a person, a product, a service before they go and buy that. Just think about yourself right now in habits. Do you go and buy stuff the first time you see it? Or does it take you a couple of times of seeing it, getting familiar with it, maybe doing a little bit of back-end work and researching it before you go and pull the trigger on the new pair of shoes or that new program you want to do? So similarly, when I go have a conversation with somebody, talk to them about Isogenics, they view a tool, and I follow the Freedom Living Team training.com scripts, and they view a tool and they say, hey, it's not really for me, or at least it's not really for me right now. That's not a failure for me. I know that's part of the process, okay? Because I know that was my first touch. The co-founders of this company, you guys, Jim and Kathy Coover, it took them 18 months of following up before they even took a look at Isogenics. John Anderson, who's the master formulator for all the products, followed up with them for 18 before they would even sit down with him. So it's going to take you on average probably 7 to 12 conversations with people before they are willing to jump in. That's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. But when you know these statistics, then it's more encouraging when you go out and say, man, I've talked to this person 3 times and they're still not ready yet. That's okay. Just stay with them, because guess what? The reality of it is their financial pain or their physical pain is probably going to stay around. There's probably not much that's going to change in regards to that. It's going to stay, pretty prevalent in their daily life. And guess what? When you stay around too, and you continue showing people solutions and you continue helping people, you guys are going to come together and they're going to be ready at some point in time. You got to be there when they're ready. Okay. So 7 to 12 is the magic number there. Number 6. That was a long one. Don't take yourself so seriously. Don't take yourself so seriously. Sometimes we can go out and we can be, okay, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go connect with people. Here I go. I got my AirPods, I got my phone, here I go, I'm connecting. And we can put all of this external pressure on ourselves to just, this person in Walmart has to right now. Take a deep breath. Again, it kind of coincides with number 4. Have fun with this. Don't take yourself so seriously. I think all of this is just an experiment. It's just fun. It's just interacting with other humans, and we get to learn in the process. So if you're out there and you're finding that this is stressful, that it's frustrating, I'll just take my advice. Just take a breath. Don't take yourself so seriously. Go have some fun. The cool part about Isogenics is you don't have to know everything before you can start earning something. We earn as we learn. So if you're sitting here on this video and saying, man, I need to know everything. I need to know all the answers about the products. I need to know every intricacy about how this business model works and the history of network marketing and what this, how this is different from other companies. You don't need to know all that. It's okay. That'll come in time. Don't take yourself so seriously to where you get so wound up and you don't even share the simplicity of this gift with others before you feel confident with it, okay? So that's number 6. Number 7, make a list. Now, this sounds very elementary, very, very elementary. But here's what I find over and over and over again. People come to me and they say, James, all right, I've connected with my people and really nobody's wanting to do it. So I feel like I'm out of people to talk to. Who else do I talk to? And I say, okay, well, how many people did you connect with? And they say, well, I connected with like 30 people. It was a lot. And I said, okay, well, I'm just going to be honest with you. I think you know a lot more than 30 people. Well, yeah, I know, but those are the 3 that came off the top of my head. But where people get in a rut is when they keep all of their names of who they're talking to, who they could potentially connect with up in their head. That's the problem. It needs to come out of your head. Same like to-do lists. To-do lists can seem so long and so, overwhelming when that's up in your head. But when you put them out on paper and you go, oh my goodness, I only have 4 things to do today. That's very, very simple. It's so much more powerful and you can execute it with so much more clarity. It's the same way when it comes to lists, except it's the opposite. We have all connected with thousands and thousands of people, right? Through our whole entire life. And our brain wants to tell us that we only have about 30 people we really know. That's not true. That is a lie that your brain is trying to trick you into believing. But when you go through these memory joggers and you have one in your ISO Life Success Plan, and you can also just Google search name memory jogger, and it will give you some prompts. It will give you all these different people groups to think about who you've experienced in your life, and you can just write down all of these names. Because what happens is you go, let's say you connect with 3 people. If you didn't have a list, your brain would say, hey, we've connected with everybody we know, James. I guess we're just going to have to join a fitness class or something like that to really, go and network, which is okay. But if you have a list of 500 names in front of you, then you can go, I've connected with 3 people. My goodness, look at the other people I could connect with just of the I've met in my life, not alone, all the people that are in the, city that I live in or the state that I live in, right? So getting the names out on a piece of paper and having them in front of you every single day where you can check in and you can see who you've connected with, who you need to follow, etc., is going to help you so much when it comes to continuing the process of connecting, okay? So number 7, make a list. Number 8, compliment. Become a professional complimenter. Now, this sounds very easy as well, but we can easily forget it. Why is compliment powerful? Well, I just want you to think right now of a situation or a scenario in your life where somebody just randomly came up to you and said something sweet, something genuine, something authentic that caught you off guard. But B, it made you way more affectionate towards that person. And my guess would be that you kind of wanted to know a little bit more about that person, right? Well, this person seems so nice. I want to be around this person more. They make me feel good. They see goodness in me. That's amazing. So going out of your way and complimenting people is a huge, yet very simple thing to do to increase your connectability with other people. Now, working in the people business, guys, we are in the people business in networking. So here's 2 things. Working with people can make you better, or working with people can make you bitter. And we all probably know some people where working with people has made them bitter. They become cynical. They become resentful towards people. They see all of the faults in humanity instead of focusing and gleaning all of the good things, all of the positive traits, all of the amazing characteristics. So when you're going out in your daily world, go out with an eye to see search for the positivity and you will find it, because you will find whatever it is that you're looking for, and what you focus on expands. So go and compliment some people. Find 3 people a day, 5 people a day, and pay them a genuine compliment. And then just see what happens after that. See where the conversation goes. But my guess is that you're gonna increase your relatability with people, and more people are gonna be around you because you're a pleasant person and because you edify those around you. So number 8 is compliment. Number 9 is being self-aware. Self-awareness, having self-awareness. Now, if I wanted to walk into this other room right here, and I had a blindfold on, and I just walked in, I nailed my head against the wall, and I kept hitting my head against the wall, and I was like, you know what? James told me just to get into that other room, I needed to just walk straight that way, and I get there eventually. If I didn't have the self-awareness to assess, hey, the door is 3 feet to your left, walk through the doorway, then I would sit there and I would just be having this really uncomfortable conversation. And then I would go back to whoever told me to just walk that way. And I say, hey, what the heck? I've been standing here for 3 hours trying to walk into that other room, and I just keep hitting my head against this wall. I talk to some people who have the similar experience when it comes to connecting. Listen, I've had so many conversations. Nobody's saying yes. Nobody's getting back to me. Now, that could be partially because of the people that you're talking to. Got to take into account, what's your network? Well, who are you talking to? Are these high quality people or these low quality people? Taking that into assessment as well. But having the self-awareness to say, okay, how am I connecting with people? Are people feeling safe with me? Are they feeling, am I being relatable? How's my body language? Observe these things when you're connecting and after you're connecting, of saying, okay, how was that? How could that have connecting experience gone better? There's some times where I leave a conversation, I go, oh my gosh, I just totally word vomited on 6 years in, you guys, I still word vomit sometimes. I still don't get it right. It's totally okay. I go back to number 6 and number 4, having fun and don't take myself so seriously. It's just okay. I'm not sweating at all. But I will leave that conversation and go, man, I really could have done this so much better. How could I have done this better in X, Y, and Z? So having that self-awareness of saying, I'm finding that people maybe are thinking I'm a little bit too intimidating, or maybe not believing what I'm saying because I'm not speaking with enough conviction. Going back and you're following conversations and tweaking those little bits, okay? So having that self-awareness is very, very important. Not beating yourself up, but having that self-awareness will pay in dividends down the road. And the final one is always be adding. Always be adding to your list, you guys. I am 6 years in, and I still have not talked to everybody on my list. Why? Because I am constantly making new connections. When you apply all of these 9 things, it's really easy to do number 10 and to always be adding to your list. There is an unlimited amount of people that you and I can connect with on a daily basis. And so when we apply these, it's actively continuing to go back to our list, adding the name of the people we're connecting with, people who are, taking a look at the tool and following up with them, but always, always, always be adding to your list. So I hope these 10 connecting tips are helpful. I hope they make you feel more relaxed when it comes to being authentically you and sharing this gift of isogenics. And I encourage you to write them down somewhere and put them in your room, put them on your car, put them in your bathroom mirror so you can see them and be reminded of them. And you can just focus on certain things throughout the day. And I can guarantee you that it's going to make you, a more charismatic person. I can guarantee you it's going to make you somebody that other people want to be around more. And you're also going to find that not only do the conversations flow more easily, but you in turn help more people, and your business is going to grow because of it. So I hope this is helpful. If it has been helpful, pass it along to a new person or somebody that's in your business that you could, you believe it could bring some value to them as well. And I look forward to hearing some amazing stories about y'all's connections. Take care, guys.